Welcome back to another episode of the Be the CEO of Your Life in Business podcast. We thought it was a good time of year to talk about a health and wellness topic, since it's something that's so important to us. And this time of year is, I think, saying that it's crazy is putting it nicely.
Oh my gosh, that's the
What do you think?
understatement of 2023, Laura Katina.
This time of year is incredibly stressful. Amy and I just happen to be really busy. Thankfully, knock on wood, I am not complaining about the amount of work that we have because we're very blessed and grateful for all of our clients. But it is a lot to handle. We're managing our team, trying to get our work done, and we have families at home. Oh, and the holidays are coming. And you have 2 birthdays coming up.
Yep. Yeah, we've got a lot. We have a lot. My favorite line from my cousin Vinny of how much more could we possibly pile on to this month? Yeah.
This month is always stressful, but I don't know. Tell me if you agree. I feel like this year we have so much more going on than we did last December in terms of work.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that it typically slows down this month, but it's not as busy as it normally, but this year we are slammed.
Yeah, I feel like we are going to be racing to the finish line of December 22nd, which is when then everybody drops off for a solid week, even though we will be working. We will be doing some admin the following week, which we're very excited about. But I feel like by the time we're recording this, we have 3 solid weeks left of December before the Christmas holiday.
I will be crawling into Christmas Day.
Crawling. Thank goodness we have a buffer of a whole weekend before Christmas, because
oh my God,
it's gonna be a last minute Hail Mary throw. I think.
So Amy and I are all about health and wellness all year long. But it's especially important during crazy times like this. So what are you doing right now to focus on your health and wellness during this really busy time?
I have 3 things that I'm doing. Okay. First, I changed up my workout schedule. Okay. Second, I'm drinking an insanely excessive amount of water. Insanely excessive, really a lot of water every single day. And then my third thing is that I'm making my health and wellness routine a non-negotiable for the last month of the year, very narrow-mindedly focused on my health and wellness, because I know, let's start with that one first. I know myself to be one of those people that if I'm under a lot of stress, I can get derailed so fast. And we always let ourselves slide first. And we say, no, this is more important. We have to take care of this. Other people rely on us. So I'm going to let myself sit off to the wayside. And for an example, yesterday, I got up late. I slept in, my body needed it. And I got up late. I didn't do my workout in the morning, and I could have just skipped it for the day. I could have done something really simple and easy at night. It was 8:30 at night, Laura, and I pressed play on my workout.
What?
I know, she's going to fall off her chair, because that's totally not like me. I actually don't like working out that late in the day.
I hate working out that late in the day.
I can do an afternoon workout, if it's on the weekends and I want to sleep in a bit and the kids are just taking care of themselves or napping or whatever. And I could do a workout in the afternoon, but late at night like that, I was but it was less about the actual workout and it was more about the commitment that I'm making to myself to stay on that.
Love that.
So even though I could have probably pushed a lot harder if I had more energy during it, I still showed up for it. And that made me feel really proud of myself. So that was good for me, overall.
That is so important.
Right?
I can't remember if it was Ed Milet or Brendon Richard that I was listening to recently that said, we break the most promises to ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
And so when you keep a commitment like that to yourself, it makes you feel better about what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it probably helped you go into the next day with less stress.
Yeah. And I have a pretty, I would say rigid, but I have a pretty regular routine in the morning where I like to do my journaling. I like to do my reading. It kind of wakes me up and starts my day and puts me in the right mindset. And while it's so strange to think like this, because I know that the physical movement is so important, so is that mental routine that I have. So it puts me in the great gratitude mindset. It puts me in just the right mindset for goal setting, because I always write down my goals for the day. It just puts me in a great mindset. So that I did not skip yesterday morning And I just tried to figure out when to put my workout block into my day. So again, I'm just trying to like stay committed to the promises that I'm making to myself.
So I have actually added something to my self-care routine. First of all, I've changed my workouts, which we talked about. I'm doing something called PVOLVE now, PVOLVE. And it's been great for me because it's very low impact, resistance bands, very light weights. And I feel like it's perfect for what I need at this stage of my life. Still doing my Peloton once a week, switching off between that and my treadmill. So it's working really well. So I still have my morning routine. I get up, I do my journaling, my reading, and then I do my workout. I'm still staying on my fasting plan. But I've added something at the end of the day. You're going to think, well, you won't be surprised because you know me.
Nope.
My spot in the basement where I, do my journaling and reading in the morning. I don't know why, but it's such a relaxing spot for me. So I thought to myself, I started doing, I talk a lot about the Growth Day app, Brendon Burchard's app that I use. So he has like life scores in there where you can score your day, and there's an evening review that you can do in the journal. So a couple of weeks ago, I really started getting back to that. And that was how I ended my day. Like I would do the life score for the day, and then I would actually do the evening review in the journal.
I love that.
And I was like, you know what? But I was still feeling so stressed. Like we're just very busy, and I have so much going on with the kids and everything else in the holidays. And I was like, what else can I do in the evening to help me unwind from these insane days? So I started going back down to the couch in the basement at night, the same spot that I sit in the morning, ending my day there and doing my journaling there in the app. And also, if I can keep my eyes open, reading a couple more pages in whatever book I'm reading.
Ooh.
Yep. So, and then stretching after that.
Well, Laura, this is like big. I mean, Brendon Burchard says that an evening routine is so important. I think he actually talked about that in one of his daily fires the other day. Who was it? I don't know. One of his mentors said that the most important 5 minutes of the day are actually your last 5 minutes of the day.
It's one of his daily fires.
And, the reason that at first I was like, oh, it's the first 5 minutes because he always talks about gratitude, but having that wind down routine, he's so funny when he talks about it. He's like, if there are things like clamoring for your attention at night, you got to just tell them like, all right, brain, take care of that while I'm sleeping. Like, don't worry about it. And like, put it in perspective before you organize your thoughts before you go to bed, and then you'll sleep better, which is wild.
And one of the breathing exercises in that app, Othership, that I use, the one for the evening says, okay, you're doing your breathing exercises, but you're done for the day. Like you're not solving any more problems today. You can't help anybody else today. Like it is time to be done.
Yeah.
And you're done. And so because what do we do for a living? We solve other people's problems
all day long.
We are problem solving all day long. And then we go home and have to continue problem solving. Right. So to that one line resonated with me so much when I heard it in this breathing exercise. You are done solving problems for the day.
I love that. That should be like your nightly affirmation.
I literally need to put it on my phone and just look at it.
Like on your wallpaper. You're done. Get a reminder for to pop up at the end of the day. Ooh. Like, you go to bed at 8 o'clock, but 9 o'clock at night, gentle reminder, you are done with the day's problems. Like you are not solving anything else. I love that so much.
It is I'm realizing how important it is to actually have some sort of evening routine.
Yeah.
Because we've always, well, not always, but for many years, we've had a routine in that we set out our clothes the night before for working out. I have my Energize, the cup of water already ready for the morning.
Yep.
My Element cup ready for the morning. Like everything is set out for my workout. My journal is in its spot. My book is in its spot. But other than that, I didn't really have anything.
Right.
And even just taking 5 minutes in the Growth Day app, and then even if I read literally 5 minutes, but the most important part for me, I think, is that I'm going back to that peaceful place in my house where I start my day.
Yeah.
And ending my day that way.
You're also hiding from everybody else.
Right.
which is
Maybe that's why I love
wonderful.
the
Maybe,
basement
yeah,
so
then
much.
maybe that is like, where's mom? Oh, she must be in her room. Nope. She's hiding in
Oh
the
my God.
basement.
Kaylee came down the other night and she's got her phone. She's watching a video so loud and I'm like seething, but I didn't want to get mad at her. So I just kind of like put up
Maura,
with
she
it.
does not know that that is
She
your
does
happy
not
place.
know that it's my happy place. She wanted to sit next to me. So I was like, fine, but I'll even use it. I'll say to her, did you do your reading yet today? And she'll say no. And I'll say, well, why don't you come downstairs with me and you sit next to me and read while I'm reading my book for a couple of minutes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's so important. It's just that great little like period to the end of the sentence of your day, you know?
Yep. And then the other thing I'm even paying attention to more so now is the food that I'm eating. I always eat fairly healthy.
Yeah.
But ever since I heard Brendan Burchard say that what you eat will affect you 72 hours from now.
Isn't that crazy?
I think about that.
Yeah.
I forget, maybe it was over the weekend. I forget what I ate, but I was like, oh my God, what do I have 3 days from now?
Yes.
Because I don't want to feel like garbage.
And this week alone, I mean, like you've been in depositions and deposition prep.
Yeah.
I have one I'm going into as well. Next week, we still have that. We have crazy court appearances. It's all relative. I mean, like it's not just about what you do that day that's going to fuel you. It's going to be, I mean, when I heard that fact too, I was blown away by it. And now is the time of year where you get gifts that are like those big gift baskets with the candy and the chocolate and like cookies are brought in and you bake and it's like you go rogue.
Right.
The thing I actually, along those lines, Rachel Hollis was talking about this on one of her podcasts and I loved this. She was like, listen, go nuts. Like do what you want to do. Enjoy the foods, enjoy the company, enjoy the traditions, do all the things, but just be intentional. And the most important word she used was conscious. Like be conscious of what you are actually partaking in, right? The extra drink that you might have that you normally don't have in the middle of the week. Realize that's going to have an effect. It's not to scare you, but it's just to also make you a little bit more mindful of like, okay, how do I feel?
Right.
I had wine for the first time in, I don't even know how many months over Thanksgiving. That weekend, I felt like a horrible human. It was awful. Like I did not feel good. It did not sit well in my stomach. But I tried it because I was like, oh, it's a 4-day weekend, you know, whatever. I'll have plenty of time to just like relax and chill out. Nope. It totally affected me. And I was like, nah, I don't like this. So it's starting to, I don't know, pick up on your body's cues and just like realize that you can enjoy the holidays. We're not telling you to not enjoy the holidays, but just to be mindful of making really good decisions so that maybe the decisions that you make that are a little more fun, don't derail you or don't make you feel awful because you haven't taken your care of yourself otherwise.
And also give yourself a little grace because this time of year is for, I mean, many different reasons for many different people. This time of year is not happy for everybody.
No, it's not.
So if you're in a spot where this time of year is not your favorite time of year, like it is for us, give yourself some grace.
Yeah.
Feel whatever you're feeling. If you feel like garbage, it's okay. Like just be intentional about, you know, what you're putting in your body, what you're doing. And if you want to go to a holiday party and have a bunch of drinks and eat all the food, fine, but be intentional about it.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to do. And no matter how you feel the next day, you're not going to beat yourself up.
Right.
Because if you make that decision to just enjoy the party, enjoy the drinks, then enjoy it.
Yeah.
Don't enjoy it for the moment
up
and then be mad at yourself the next day. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it totally makes sense. Ooh, another thing that we've been doing, I don't know if you've seen this, but I have been posting it on my social media, is my family is doing puzzles. We're really into puzzles right now. And I actually picked up for my household and also for my parents, I picked up an advent calendar puzzle. Oh. And it's like a tiny little puzzle every day leading up to Christmas. So it started on December 1st, and then the little pieces they actually add together. And it creates one big puzzle by Christmas Eve. So we have been doing it and it has been so fun. We started doing puzzles again over Thanksgiving. There was this really impossible, incredibly difficult puzzle that my family and I like finished. It was so funny and it was just so much fun. It brought us really close together again. And then doing this at home, like both Joseph and Olivia are like helping out and they love it so much. And it's just like a little 15-minute window of our day that we almost feel like we have to get it done, right? Like you don't have to do it every single day, but it's that thing that kind of keeps us grounded where we're like, okay, after dinner, we're going to go get into your pajamas and we're going to do the puzzle. And it's something that we can really look forward to.
And you're intentional about spending that time
just with
them.
Like there's no phone distraction. There's no TV on. We have the puzzle in a completely separate room. There's no screens. We don't get interrupted. And all 4 of us are doing the puzzle together. And it is just like the sweetest little snapshot of our day.
The other day, I thought to myself, everybody knows this is my favorite time of year. Like I start waiting for Christmas in August.
Yes.
We just love this time of year.
Yep.
And I thought to myself, Christmas is in like 2.5 weeks. And I am just flying through every day, not enjoying the tree in the house, not enjoying the lights, not paying attention.
Yeah.
Just literally like soaring through every day without being present at all. And I don't like that. So if it's another recommendation I can make is something that I've been doing over the last couple of days is like, just stop for a minute. And if you like this time of year, appreciate the time of year, look at your Christmas tree, listen to Christmas music.
Yeah.
It's just like enjoying Christmas music in the car, like just something to like, just stop and appreciate the moment. I am not good at that.
No.
And I said to myself, in a couple of weeks, Christmas is going to be over.
Yeah.
And this time of year will be gone and we will be launching into 2024 and all the things that come with that.
Yep.
So stop and enjoy the minute.
Be present where you are, like I used to do my personal development in the morning in my workout space, which is in the basement also. I switched it one year during Christmas time because I wanted to sit by my Christmas tree in the morning.
I love that.
So okay, of course, because we have lighted garland all over the living room. We've got a Christmas tree. We have garland in the kitchen. I put everything on first thing in the morning when I wake up. Like if that is on, the kids wake up and they're like, oh, mom's awake, because I always put it on. But now I sit and I pick what color, lights I want to look at on our Christmas tree in that morning. And every single day I sit and I do my personal development. So it's like, again, I get to appreciate that silence, especially when it snows. Oh, please, done. Like throw a blanket on me. I'm done. I'm in for it. So
it's important to do those little things because it is so easy, especially with the hectic craziness of this time of year, the shopping, all the things we have to do. You and I both host Christmas. So it's like, the chaos of shopping and getting all the food and like everything is just nuts. And then you have Joseph's birthday and then Olivia's birthday. It is very easy to get swept away in the doing.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And very easy to forget to just stop and be.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think too, with just keeping all of these like self-care ideas in mind, it is a hectic time of year and it could feel like adding something onto your plate is impossible. Like, when am I going to have the time to do this? Right. But sometimes adding in is even better because then you don't have to try and subtract what you're already doing.
Yeah.
And if it's something that makes you feel good, then it's not going to feel like it's work. Like the puzzle, for example, it's 15 minutes that we can find in our day. It's not going to feel bad. It's actually going to make us feel really good, but it's something I'm adding onto our plate every single day for 3.5 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So, I just like that idea too. Like, you don't always have to like take something away and like restrict yourself before the holidays. It's a busy time of year, but maybe find something to just carve out some time to just do for you every day.
I told you about Mike's suggestion, right?
No. What did he say?
When I said to him the other day, I was talking to him just about how much work we have.
Oh, and yes, you did tell me this.
Talking to him about how much work we have. Mike, honestly, like I laugh at him, but he's always got really good ideas.
Yeah.
And so he was like, well, instead of working out 2 mornings a week, and immediately I was like, did we just meet?
You lost me.
You lost me right there.
Done.
But he was like, instead of working out 2 mornings a week, why don't you go down to your desk? Because we have an office in our house. Why don't you go down to your desk and get 2 hours of work done instead? And I was like, no, you don't understand.
You don't. That time is sacred.
Time is sacred for me. And I cannot, unless it's an emergency, like I have a motion or something that has to get done and I have no choice. That is not negotiable. Yeah. Like I will not be doing work during those 2 hours.
Right.
So I was like, thank you so much for the suggestion.
I'll
understand.
Take that under advisement.
I will take that under advisement. I understand why you think it's a good idea, but I'm not doing it.
No. Oh my gosh, I would be so annoyed during those 2 hours doing that work. I'd be like, I wish I was doing a HIIT workout right now. Like I couldn't even, so frustrating.
No. So it like that to me, my space, my mental space in the morning, it's not even really about the workout. I mean, it is, that's a big part of my morning, but it really, like the mental aspect of it is so much more important to me.
Agreed.
And has a huge effect on my life. So I just think it's important. We want to talk about this today because I feel like at this time of year, I feel like the Tasmanian devil, like I'm spinning in circles. Everything is like flying all over the place. Minutes are passing by and I look at my watch and the day is over. So I think it's so important. So to wrap up, what do we do at this time of year to take care of ourselves? We get our morning routine in, our workout. We're conscious about what we're eating.
How much water you're drinking.
How much water.
Hello.
You can see us on YouTube all day long.
Hello. We have our all day. We go through so much water in this office.
We go through so much water in this office. Seriously.
I don't know, whatever company it is.
So drinking the water, right? Being conscious of your time, being intentional about, where you're spending your time and focusing on the moment. And giving yourself grace if you decide to enjoy those holiday drinks and holiday parties. Yeah. Just this time of year is going to be over in a blink.
Yeah. And instead of thinking of like the chaos, think of like the joy, like how exciting it is to be able to wrap presents for friends and family, and like how exciting it is to see their faces, and like put it in those perspectives. Ask better questions.
Better questions. Make yourself a priority. And this crazy time of year will be just a little bit easier for you. So we hope these tips were helpful. We thank you for spending time with us, and we'll talk to you on the next episode. What are you doing?
Cheers.